Hi everyone, today we are looking at question number 25A. Now, as you can see over here, it says that 2,100 is shared between Pete, Queen, and Roy so that Pete received 50% less than Queen. Now, the first thing you want to do is you make sure you bracket this and you say that this is sentence number 1. Okay, in fact, you can, Teacher Joseph, what about the first sentence? Can that be sentence number 1? Sure, of course you can. So you can say that this is sentence number 2. When I say that Pete received 50% less than Queen, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? I am trying to say, okay, that so your job as a student is to find out who is the base. Is it Pete or Queen? How do you know? Very simple. For example, I say Joseph has 10 more than Miko. All right, it means that Miko is the base. What do I mean? But how? Why is Miko the base? Because if I were to draw a model, can you see that Miko is... Sorry, Joseph is 10 more? Can you see that Joseph is 10 more? If Joseph is 10 more, Joseph cannot be the base. What is the base? The base is basically my 1 unit, or what I call my 100%. So if I were to go back to look at this question, right, you realize that Pete received 50% less than Queen, right? That means to say Pete is not my base. Who is my base? Queen. Okay, so if Queen is the base, that means Queen is actually how many percent? 100%. Pete will be 50% less, that means Pete will be 50%. You understand so far? Yeah. So the first thing you want to do, right, for a question like that, is to write down, okay, that Pete is actually equals to 50% first, okay, and then for Queen, he is actually 100%, okay, and that's all you need to do. Understand? Now, I like to tell my students this, that if you can, you want to change percentages to fractions. I say that again, percentages to fractions. So this is what I will do, right? If I want this to be in a fraction form, then I will say that this is 1 whole, correct? And then I will say that this is actually just half. Agree so far? All right, you can say that this is 2/2 as well, but no, we don't need to put 2/2, we just put 1, okay? So once I'm done with this, I can go on to sentence number 3, right? It says that Roy received 50% more than Queen. What do I mean by Roy received 50% more than Queen? That means to say Roy cannot be my base. You understand? Why? Okay, so if you are like, but I can't visualize it, Teacher Joseph. Okay, don't worry. I'm going to draw a model for you to see. Roy is 50% more. Even if you don't know model bar, you should be able to, draw something like that or see something like that, correct? Now, so Roy is 50% more. So this is 50% more, true? So Roy cannot be my base, right? That means Roy is actually how many percent? 150%. You understand so far? And then compared to Queen, Queen will just be 100%, which gives me 150%, right? You press your calculator, you put 150 over 100, 150 over 100, you get to 1/2, or some people say 3/2. Now, once I'm done with this, right, what I can see here is this, okay, is that, do you remember just like in the earlier sentence, it says that 2,100 is shared between Pete, Queen, and Roy. Do you all remember that? Okay, it means, okay, so since I have Pete, I know Pete is half, I know Queen is 1, I know Roy is 1.5. Do I have to write Queen again? No, don't need, because Queen is already there, correct? When I add these 3 up together, I get to $2,100. Make sense? So 1.5 plus 1 is 2.5. 2.5 plus half, that 3 units. So 3 units is actually equals to 2,100. Okay, Miko, can you understand? Yeah. All right, so we get to Mr. Greenman. So 1 unit is actually equals to 700. Okay, how do I get to 700? You just simply do... Very good. Okay, so once you get your Mr. Greenman, you see, who is my Mr. Greenman? My Mr. Greenman is this one over here, correct? Then we read the question. The question says what? I want you to find how much does Queen receive. So therefore, my answer, you see, the question wants Queen. You go back to your processes and look for Queen. Queen herself is what? 1 unit, right? So therefore, my answer has to be... Thank you.